The original 3DS came in many different colors, except orange and green, which were shown off in E3 2010 but never released. It was also released in two separate sets of black and white colors. There was Cosmo Black and Ice White in 2011, then Clear Black and Pure White in 2013. What's the difference between them? I don't know, you tell me. In a very early version of the instruction manual for the GameCube, there are screenshots of the menu with save data icons for Super Mario 64, being labeled as Super Mario Bros. World 8-1, which is most likely a very early placeholder instead of confirming Mario 64 for the GameCube. The Game Boy Player is an accessory that let you play Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games on the GameCube, and features a link cable port in the front to keep multiplayer functionality. But Nintendo explicitly warns you in the manual not to connect two Game Boy players together using this port, except when they broke their own rule during the 2017 Nintendo World Championships. The DSi and 3DS both featured the same outer cameras with a resolution of 0.3 megapixels, which takes a 640 by 480 image. Interestingly though, if you install the DSi camera software on a 3DS using hacks, then take two identical photos using both the DSi and 3DS camera software, the DSi software actually captures more of the image while the 3DS software crops the image in while maintaining the same image size. The Switch menu makes a different noise depending on whether you tap the background with your fingertip or your whole finger pressed flat. If you didn't notice 7 years into the Switch's life, you can thank me later. Some versions of the 3DS came with a special version of New Super Mario Bros. 2 pre-installed called the Gold Edition. It's the same game but with all the Coin Rush DLC already included, but there is also one gameplay related change. In the original game, if you die during the Coin Rush, your run simply ends. But in the Gold Edition, you can still move ahead to the next level even if you die. According to an Iwata Ass interview, the front side of a closed DSi XL is deliberately slanted to allow for an easier grip when you open the clamshell. This is a black Wii Balance board, and these indeed exist. They seem to command a fair price whenever they show up online, mostly because they were limited to a few late-era Wii Fit Plus and Wii Fit U bundles in Europe and Japan only. So good thing I found this at a hard-off store in Japan for 550 yen, and ended up hauling it all the way back to Hong Kong in my suitcase. The lengths I would go to for a black balance board. North American Super NES cartridges actually come in two different styles. Just like the original Game Boy, early models of the Super NES had a mechanism that would lock the cartridge into place while the power was on, using this ridge in the middle of the cartridge. But turns out many people prefer to not use the eject button, so Nintendo conceded and extended the ridge all the way to the bottom of the cartridge so people can pull them out without damaging them. And they also removed the mechanism on later systems. And finally, Super Mario Galaxy 2 uses the old Mario font on the logo itself but the new Mario font on the box spine. This has personally bothered me for years.